today was a monumental loss for prosecutors in the Diddy case. They were, I wish there were a bigger word than the word losers, because that's what they are.
Cassie's attorney has filed an imposing bail motion trying to stop the judge from allowing Diddy to be let go on a $1 million bond.
Okay, guys, it looks like we have some drama on our hands because insider sources are reporting that Young Miami is out here dragging Cassie to absolute filth. So here's the tea. After news broke that Cassie and her legal team wrote a letter to the judge trying to block Diddy's bail, even after he beat those RICO charges, Young Miami allegedly snapped. Word is, she called out both Cassie and her husband for trying to take Diddy down just to secure the bag, even though, according to court findings, everything between them was ruled as consensual. But y'all, it doesn't stop there. Miami is reportedly calling the whole trial a straight-up cash grab, saying Cassie already walked away with $20 million from Diddy and another $10 million from that hotel over the leaked footage. And get this, she's even calling Cassie the real villain in all of this, claiming she wanted to take Diddy down and snatch up his properties. Woo! This is next level messy. Grab a seat and let's unpack it. For context, the internet went into full-blown shock when the verdict from Diddy's trial was read. According to the judge's ruling, Diddy was not found guilty of the RICO racketeering and sex trafficking charges. Although he was convicted of transportation for prostitution, the fact that he managed to beat the much more serious RICO charges left the internet confused and buzzing with questions. Now listen, right after that verdict hit, social media went into full-blown conspiracy mode, and the biggest theory-making rounds was that folks were saying the powerful men Diddy allegedly had on tape were the ones who pushed this whole trial just to get those tapes back. And once they secured the dirt, Diddy gets hit with a light slap on the wrist. And let's not act like the case didn't have some serious weight. I mean, Kid Cutie testified, Cassie's mom took the stand, and they even pulled out text messages trying to pin him on the RICO charge. But somehow all of that still wasn't enough. All right, y'all, here's where things took another wild turn. Hours after the judges announced that Diddy was not guilty of the RICO charges, his legal team wasted no time in filing a motion asking for him to be released on bail before sentencing, since the most serious charge had just been thrown out. Listen to what an eyewitness who was in court had to say.
So I'm at the courthouse. We're still here at Diddy's trial. Okay, the trial is in fact over, but now we're waiting to see if the judge is going to grant Diddy bail. Now, first of all, you know, the judge asked for the prosecution to give an example of a time ever when someone had been accused or convicted of transportation to engage in prostitution with a P, where they had not been given a bail. In the case of adults, they couldn't find one. Apparently they were scrambling, and you know, then the defense offered as a proposal for bail that they would give $1 million. They would have 3 people sign the surety that were going to be responsible, and that they would also turn in Diddy's passport.
But then Cassie and her team were not going to let Diddy walk away from the courtroom because her team responded to Diddy's bail application by writing a letter which was co-signed by her hairstylist, who also testified in the trial, requesting that Diddy's bail request be denied as he still posed a threat to the safety of the witnesses who testified in the case. The letter reads, "Dear Judge Subramanian, we write as counsel for Cassie Ventura, Ms. Ventura, to respectfully request that the court deny Mr. Combs' request to be released pending his sentencing on his 2 convictions. His detention is mandatory post-conviction on these charges, and Ms. Ventura believes that Mr. Combs is likely to pose a danger to the victims who testified in this case, including herself, as well as to the community. We thank the court for its time and attention to this matter." The judge ended up denying Diddy's bail request, saying he still might be a threat to the safety of the witnesses, and honestly, people felt like that was the right move. Let's be real, people know what Diddy's capable of, and with everything that's come out, keeping him behind bars felt like the safest option. Plus, don't forget he's still facing sentencing for that transportation for prostitution charge, so it's not like he's walking free anytime soon. Now, this is where the drama really started heating up, y'all. Word is, Young Miami was not here for the fact that Cassie played a major role in getting Diddy's bail denied. According to insiders, Young Miami and Diddy are still in frequent contact, even though their relationship status is kind of murky right now. Up until this point, Miami had been keeping quiet and staying neutral when it came to the whole Diddy trial, mainly because she didn't want to get caught up in the mess of endless questions, allegations, and drama. Considering Diddy was already sitting in jail. But Cassie stepping in and being the reason his bail was shut down, that allegedly pushed her over the edge, especially considering Cassie already walked away with a $20 million settlement from Diddy and got another $10 million from the hotel involved. Inside sources reported that Young Miami allegedly got on the phone with Cassie and tore into her, like full on, dragged her using some not so nice words. The source claims Young Miami accused Cassie of trying to destroy Diddy and even plotting to take some of his properties. Young Miami said Cassie was hoping Diddy would be found guilty of those RICO charges so she could run to the courts and ask for his assets to be sold off as payment for her trauma. But when that didn't work out, she supposedly did everything in her power to keep him locked up and delay his release. According to the source, Young Miami allegedly went off on Cassie and straight up accused her of being bitter that Diddy moved on. Sis claimed Cassie just couldn't handle seeing all the love and support Diddy was giving her, from the luxury lifestyle to even helping her launch Carisha Please on Revolt TV. And that, according to Miami, is when the jealousy kicked in, because Diddy never put her on when they were together. But y'all, it doesn't stop there. Young Miami allegedly doubled down, claiming those wild parties and freak-offs. Yeah, according to her, they were 100% consensual, and Cassie was fully with it every step of the way. And here's where it gets even messier. Miami says that after Diddy had already moved on, Cassie allegedly hit him up trying to schedule another freak-off, but he shut it down. Now the real kicker, Young Miami is calling Cassie the actual villain in this whole mess, claiming she's just playing the pity card. According to Miami, this entire trial was nothing more than a cash grab, all influenced by Cassie's husband, who allegedly just wanted to take Diddy down out of pure spite. Now let's talk about it, because this situation is layered. Honestly, I think Cassie has every right to fear for her safety and for the safety of the other witnesses. Like, let's be real, we're talking about Diddy, and everything that's come out in this trial has shown just how dark things allegedly got behind the scenes. Now, yes, Diddy being found not guilty doesn't exactly mean he's innocent. It just means the prosecution couldn't prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt. The evidence presented wasn't exactly strong or convincing enough to stick. And in that sense, I kind of see where Young Miami is coming from. She's saying Diddy should have gotten bail, especially since this is the first time someone convicted of transportation for prostitution has been denied it. That alone has people raising eyebrows. But then Young Miami's been calling Cassie the villain in all of this, and honestly, some people are starting to agree. After that intense cross-examination from Diddy's team, Cassie did admit to texting Diddy, saying she wanted a freak off. And the biggest jaw dropper, she revealed her husband watched her have sex with Diddy on FaceTime. That revelation had everyone shook. And suddenly, people started giving Cassie the side eye like, girl, what's really going on? So now with Young Miami stepping in and low-key hinting that Cassie might have been the real villain all along, baby, that means she's got some serious tea and possibly some inside scoop on what Cassie's really been up to behind the scenes. And trust, we're gonna be right here together, breaking it all down in the next couple of days, because it's about to get messy. Young Miami dragging Cassie after Diddy beat the RICO case had fans talking, and they left comments saying Cassie is a victim at the hands of Diddy, but I lack empathy for her because of what she did to others. I'm not selective with my outrage. She allowed her friends to be abused, threatened others, and put her hands on people. She's not the pillar of all things great. Cassie is the villain in this whole case. You can't convince me otherwise. Not guilty does not mean innocent, and Cassie won her civil case. He admitted he had harmed and wronged her there. This jury misunderstood or ignored a lot. Maybe the prosecution was overzealous in the charges. I don't know, man. I wish the victims peace. So, do you think this whole Diddy trial was a money grab for Cassie? Or do you think she genuinely wanted justice for herself and the women who came forward with tales of how Diddy SA them? Let me know what you think in the comments. Then check out this next video.